Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a quick little catch up, update on my library reading challenge because it's been a while since I've talked about it. And it's been even longer since I technically started it. So I just wanted to hop on to let you know how it's going. So I did I checked out 7 books initially. The first row column, I guess, of books in the fiction section of my library. I ended up returning all of them just because I had them checked out for even longer than it appears in a booktube world. It just took me a long time to to upload the video. And I felt bad having them out for so long, and knowing that the month of September, I'm going to be participating in Series September, which none of the books that I had checked out for the library reading challenge were part of that. So I ended up returning all of them, but I wrote down the names of all of the books that I have yet to read from that challenge, or from that stack, so that I can recheck them out after September. So I'm not giving up on it. I just needed to pause because I wanted to participate in Series September, and I'd had those books checked out for 3 months or something. So I did read, of the first 7 books, I read 3 of them. 2 of them I've already talked about, which was Romantically Challenged by Marina Adair. I gave that one 4.5 stars. Really, really loved it. I talked about it in my wrap up. Super, super cute. And honestly, that was the first book in series, and there's a good chance that I will read the next book, which is they're companion novels, a lot of romances are. You don't necessarily have to read them in order. It's perfectly fine. This particular story, this particular romance ended well. You can end it there and be done, but I just really enjoyed it, so I might continue on. Then I also read, and have talked about in another wrap-up, Sisters in Arms by Kaya and Alderson. I also gave that one 4.5 stars, and again, really, really enjoyed that one as well. It's a historical fiction following the first Black women's Army Corps during World War II. Really, really good. And I learned a lot about a topic that I don't know a ton about. I know a decent amount about World War II. I just don't know a ton about that specific aspect of it. So very interesting as well. So then the third book that I have read so far, is The Time of My Life by Cecilia Ahern, which I have not yet talked about here on BookTube, because I haven't filmed my August wrap up yet. But I'm currently filming this on August 31st, so I have time. But I ended up giving that one 4 stars. This is by Cecilia Ahern, wrote P.S. I Love You, among other things. So this is set in Ireland as well. It has a very interesting premise. Without going into too much, because I'm gonna be filming a wrap up where I talk more about it. It follows this woman. She's in her late 20s. Her life is kind of fallen apart, and she keeps getting these letters from her life that basically is you have a meeting with your life, and she's ignoring them. Finally she's fine, I'll meet with my life, and life is an actual person in this world. And her life changes physical appearance based on what's going on in her life, whether she's making good choices or bad choices, or things like that. So that's a very basic premise of this book. And so she's basically trying to get her life together with the help of her life. So very interesting. And I gave it 4 stars. So so far, what have I learned reading these first 3 books from my library? I feel like I know myself pretty well as far as reading goes. Like, so far, I've given all 3 of the books that I've read 4 stars or higher, which is like pretty good. And I knew nothing about any of these books going into them. I didn't even like, I saw like the base rating, like the average rating on Goodreads when I like started, like I marked them as currently reading, but like that's all I knew. I didn't like read any reviews, anything. And I didn't know even the average star rating when I selected them. And so I feel like just going off of the synopsis on the back of the books, I feel like I know my reading taste pretty well. Like I know what will like pique my interest. So that's exciting. And I'm realizing that it's so far it has been really fun doing this because it's fun reading books that you know nothing about and you don't have any like preconceived notions. You aren't like, oh, yep, this is going to be fantastic. And like, I'm going into it with ridiculously high expectations or like, this is probably going to suck. So I probably shouldn't read it. Like that's been fun as well. So that's just a quick little update as far as like where I'm at with this. So there probably won't be an update until like October, which is when I plan on reborrowing the other 4 books so I can get to them then. That is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.